Hey everyone, it's Melissa. Today I am going to talk about a couple of things, do a little bit of chit chat, talk about the knitting of the washcloths I do. And I've had a couple of questions about how I layer my Obagi skincare. I won't go over the products except just very briefly again or link them below or anything like that. I recently did a video on the Obagi products that I like to use. So I will link that video below so you can go and see exactly what I use. But I did have some questions on how I layer it and why, which product comes first, which comes next, you know, that type of thing. So I did want to address that, and I've had some questions about the washcloths I knit and why I use them. So before I get into that, I wanted to say that my background is slightly different. I've got a different bed and a different piece over here. We have redone our bedrooms, kind of switch things around, so that's why it looks a little bit different. I documented it on my Insta stories on Instagram, and I keep forgetting to mention this, so I want to mention it now. YouTube has a way to direct message. It's the YouTube direct message. I never ever check it because I did for a while, but it just turned, it's a spam folder. It's just wanting me to buy this and send money for this and do this and do that. So I just don't even check it anymore. I just periodically go and delete the whole thing, but don't even look at them. So if you're trying to reach me, that is not a good place to reach me. I check my email a little more often, but I tell you, it's gotten the same way. Everybody want me to buy something. So probably the best way to ever reach me is through Instagram. I do Insta stories pretty much every day, all day. I probably shouldn't. Doug doesn't like me sharing so much of our lives with him, but he's not on Instagram, so he doesn't know what I share. I just try to keep him in blissful ignorance of what I say. But yeah, that's I put my life out there on Instagram, probably unfortunately, but there's a way to do direct message on Instagram. But I will get to emails sometime, but I never do those. I never do the direct messages for YouTube, and I don't want anybody's feelings to be hurt for them to think that I'm not responding to them. So I did want to mention that I probably need to put a little thing underneath always that stays on there that says I don't even see the YouTube direct messages because I just, you know, I don't want anybody's feelings. I don't want anybody to think I'm ignoring them or anything. So there is that. Okay, I'm going to talk again about the Obagi system that I use with Retin A and vitamin C serum along with it. But this time, like I said, I'll link a previous video. I'm not going to really talk about the products, but the way I layer them. The way I like to layer them is, right now I'm using one more of the products that I usually use the rest of the year. I used to always use and I've mentioned it before that I like them, the Obagi cleanser and the toner. But on me anyway, I know the toner is supposed to be really good. Toners are supposed to be good for, you know, getting your pH balance stuff back the right way and stuff. But for me, I just like to have the products directly on my skin. So I just wash my face with my washcloths, and then I will start putting the products on. If you would rather use a toner, do that. It just seemed to me that it was a little more effective to just go ahead and start on the products. So the first thing right now during this 3 months, I add some hydroquinone, some extra hydroquinone. I wish I could use it all the time. I really like that ingredient because it just, even though it's supposed to be for pigmentation problems, and even though I really don't have that on my face, it makes me peel a little bit more. It kind of ups the Retin A. It helps the vitamin C for some reason work a little bit better. It just brightens my skin, and it makes me, I'm just happier with my skin when I'm on it. But I do take breaks from it. So that's what you have to do, what your doctor recommends that you do. And I think most doctors recommend that you periodically take breaks from doing it. So right now, the first product that I put on for the next 3 or 4 months will be the Obagi Clear. This is the product that contains the hydroquinone. So at night, I'm doing my nighttime first. I layer this first, then I mix the retin-A with the blender, which is another hydroquinone product. So you're actually layering 2 hydroquinone products. I use this 12 months out of the year. I just use this about 3 or 4 months out of the year. So first I put on the regular hydroquinone, then I mix the hydroquinone, another hydroquinone product with a little bit of retin-A, and then put that on next, and then go to bed. That's all I do at night. So that's my layering at night. In the morning, my layering starts off different. After I wash, after I get out of the shower or whatever, then my vitamin C serum goes on first. And the reason for this is, in my mind, and a few things I've read, is that the serums, things like that, are thinner. So you want your thinner products on first, because the thicker products can get through the thinner products easier than the thinner products can get through the thicker ones. So this is a thin product because, you know, it's a liquid. So I put it on first, directly on my skin without a toner. So I put that on first. And then I follow it during these 3 or 4 months with the clear. And then I put my acid on top of that. So I try to put the ones that, the thinnest and the ones I feel most important, as close to my skin as possible. So my acids are either Expoderm or Expoderm Forte by Obagi. I take turns with them. They're 2 different kinds, or several, they're different series of acids. And so I go back and forth per day. You know, Monday, Wednesday, every other day I switch, okay? Hope that makes sense. Every other day I switch on that. So that's my layering process, and that's what goes through my mind of why I layer the Obagi the way I do. The cleanser that I like to use, I kind of like it better than the Obagi cleanser. I like the Obagi cleanser a lot, but I really like this, and I can get it like twice a year, especially in the November. I will stock up on it on the Sephora 20% off. It's the Shiseido White Lucent. I don't know why. This is just the perfect cleanser for my skin. It gets everything off. It doesn't leave anything behind. It's easy to get off. You don't have to just tug at your skin to, you know, get residue off. I do a gentle wipe, and then I rinse with warm water after that. It's what I'm looking for. I mean, I just always have these specific things in my mind of things I'm looking for with my skincare, and this is one of them. Okay, now my washcloths. These are my washcloths that I knit, and this is what the yarn originally looked like. I use very, very cheap yarn, and that's important, at least for me, of what I'm looking for. I bleach these, so I don't really care what color it is. I throw them in hot water in the bleach, and they end up about off-white or white or something like that. Nobody sees them but me, so I don't care what color it is. I just want them to make sure that they're really, really clean for me to put on my skin. So this was the yarn originally. I buy these cones of yarn at Walmart. They're really cheap, but I like that. I think that works out better. These washcloths need to be 100% cotton. They wash up best like that. They don't hold the water. They just, they clean better. When you're wiping with water, you want to use 100% cotton. The fact that it is a little bit cheaper, it's a little bit rougher, so it gives me the perfect level. When it's knitted up, it gives me the perfect degree of exfoliation that I'm looking for. So that's actually a bonus that it's kind of cheap for me. I always had used my fingers to clean my skin, but I felt like I needed, as I got older, I needed to wipe off the cleanser with a little bit more than just water. I wanted something to exfoliate. I did not care for the Clarisonic. So what I did was I tried different washcloths. I didn't like them. The little bitty tiny nubs just weren't what I was looking for. Like I said, I know what I'm looking for when I see it. And the kind that was like velvety type, I didn't like that. I didn't like any kind of micro thing. That wasn't what I was looking for either. I just knew what it was. So I was washing dishes. I had made these for years to wash dishes with. And so I got to looking at them. I thought, well, I'm going to knit up one and try it on my face and see what I think. So I did. And it was exactly what I was looking for. And here's the reason why. It's just one stitch. It's the knit stitch. It's called the garter stitch, but it's just knit, 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 back and forth, back and forth. Do you see these little bitty bumps? So it's got these little bitty bumps here, and they're very smooth. They're very smooth on the outside. They're big bumps, and they're rounded nicely. So that's why this stitch is so perfect for the exfoliation that I was looking for. It gave a soft, smooth exfoliation. So it wasn't rough, it didn't tear my skin. You know, when you use a lot of products, acids and retinols and retin-A's and, you know, things like that that are pretty strong, you have to be careful that you have to be gentle on your skin and make sure you don't tear it. So that's how these washcloths came to be. It was just out of necessity. I knew what I was looking for. I wanted the right bumps. I wanted big, smooth bumps, and that's what this stitch in these washcloths gave me. So now I have got some knitting right here. This is another one of those big cones of cheap yarn. This is just a white one. I am actually knitting some, and people have asked me to please demonstrate how to knit, but there are so many videos on YouTube that people are better knitters than I am. So you want to learn how to, this is what the ones that I like to use. It involves casting on, knitting, casting off, just those three things. So I cast on, this is US, let me see what size, I think it's 6, US 6 needles. The yarn is just, you know, your average size yarn that, you know, on that you get. I can't remember I don't even remember which one it is. It's not even on there. Just the cheap yarn that you can get, medium size yarn at Walmart. Okay, and I cast on I've got 27 stitches here, anywhere 27, 28 to 30 stitches for me, something like that. The nice thing about this, you can make them as big, as long, as wide, whatever that you want. I cast on about 27, 28 stitches. I knit till it gets about the size that it looks like it's going to be a square, because I like the square, and I cast off. So I don't even know how many rows that I knit. That's probably different each time. But you're just going to knit. You can do it watching YouTube, you can do it watching TV, you can do it anything like that you want. And before you know it, you've got you a washcloth or 2 or 3 or 4, however many that you want. So you just knit. It's just I taught my grandkids to knit through the back, around the top, out the front, off jumps Jack. Something like that. We had a little saying, and I've forgotten it now. I'd have to look it up again. But it's just to the back, wrap around, pull it through and off. Just, you know, over and over. You look for a video on YouTube on how to knit, and it will teach you how to do this. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So you get to the end. You get to the end here. Okay, you get the end, turn it over. Start all over again. Keep going back and forth till you get as long as you want it. That's all you have to do. So anyway, that's the story behind how my knitted washcloths came to be. I really depend on them. I keep them, but even if you don't like, I hope people will learn to knit them. I think it's good to learn to knit, even basic stitches. It's like yoga. And I'm starting to get back into it again, but it's like yoga. It is so relaxing. It calms you. If you get depressed or anything like that, it just kind of perks you up. You're creating something, and the repetition is just like yoga for the mind or something. I mean, I have read that knitting is as relaxing as yoga. But, you know, I've just made some really, really cute, you know, off-the-shoulder sweaters and everything like that. So I'm getting back into knitting again. I'm really starting to enjoy it. If you just even learn some basic knitting, even if you knit these and you hate them for your face or hate them for your body, use them for your dishes, because they work great with water and wiping down your dishes and cleaning them, or wiping your counters or cleaning your stove or anything like that. They are great for that. I make them every Christmas and give them away as gifts, because my children and my daughter and my daughter-in-law both request them, and I make them for my sisters-in-law, and you know, just just everybody. So that is my video for today. I really appreciate everyone watching so much. And like I said, if you need to get in touch with me, it's probably the easiest thing to do on Instagram. I'm really enjoying Instagram a whole lot. It's opened up a whole new world for me, and I've really enjoyed it. Not my family so much, but I have. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great rest of the week. Bye-bye.